students, the objectives are to know about the cord blood banking, to understand the type of cord blood bank, to explain the method of collecting the cord blood during delivery, to know about the cord blood stem cells, to know about the cord blood stem cell therapies to treat different diseases. Introduction. The umbilical cord blood is the blood present in the umbilical cord and placenta. There will be a little exchange of blood cells between mother and fetus during the pregnancy. The transfer of cells can help to increase the immune response in the fetus. The formation of the cord blood takes place during the time of delivery, and it is rich in cells of immune system and stem cells. Stem cells are the cells which are capable of differentiating into several types of cells in the body. Hematopoiesis is the process of formation of blood cells along with their components. The hematopoietic stem cell can form lymphoid and myeloid progenitor cells, and different blood cells can get differentiated by these progenitor cells. The method of collecting the cord blood and preserving them by extracting along with freezing the stem cells and cells of the immune system is termed as the cord blood banking. The collection of cord blood can be done during the delivery without harming the baby or mother. These preserved blood cells can be used in the medical field. Since the cord blood consists of stem cell components, which are the blood cell forming components, hence the cord blood banking is more often termed as stem cell banking. During the 1990s, the umbilical cord blood was considered as the waste product, and they did not know about the powerful uses of umbilical cord blood. Later, the studies have proved that cord blood shows a promising role in the treatment of many diseases. Currently, cord blood is approved by the FDA for the treatment of around 80 different diseases. The diseases include cancer, inherited metabolic disorders, and bone marrow failures. These cord blood stem cells have a role in regenerating the body tissues and systems. Hence, the cord blood cells are also called regenerative medicine. Hence, in this episode, the following aspects are going to be discussed: A. Cord blood banking, B. Private and public cord blood banking, C. Methods of collecting umbilical cord blood, D. Cord blood stem cells, E. Stem cell therapy. Since the umbilical cord blood is rich in important cells needed for treating many diseases, the storing of the cord blood took place. Now, most of the people ready to bank or store their baby's cord blood, and it can help them in future treatment. The collection of cord blood and processing are done in cord blood banking along with the cryopreservation. The blood can be stored in two different banks, namely public and private banks. The collection of cord blood can be done from the hospital, where they may charge some fee for the processing. Not all hospitals provide the service for the collection of cord blood. The cord blood can be collected during the delivery using a simple and painless method. After the birth of the baby and clamped, by using a needle or bag method, blood can be collected from the umbilical cord. The process of collection of blood needs very less time, for about 10 minutes. There may occur some of the problems during the collection of cord blood, and sometimes the collected blood may show very less quantity. Due to some emergency in caring for the newborn baby, or delayed clamping may disturb the collecting process. The methods including under the collection of cord blood, where the cord blood banks will send the collection kit. The mother's blood is tested before the collection for the presence of any infectious disease. During the delivery of the baby, the umbilical cord is clamped and cut. The extraction of cord blood is carried out. Then the collecting bag along with the mother's blood in a separate vial is placed in the kit. Then the kit is transported to the cord blood bank. The public cord blood banking was initially started in New York in 1993. This bank was established for the storage of cord blood, which can provide the cord blood for the patients worldwide. Individuals from any corner of the world could able to get the cord blood for their treatment. They could able to access the cord blood for performing different registries to the public cord blood banks. They could able to access the cord blood by performing different registries to the public cord blood bank. In case of the public bank, the people who donate the blood for the storage are not charged, whereas the recipients are charged for the cord blood usage during the treatment. Public cord blood banking works by storing the cord blood for allogenic transplants. Allogenic transplants and the autologous transplants are the different sources from which the cells are used for the treatment or therapy. Allogenic transplant is using the different person stem cell to treat the disease of the baby. Allogenic transplants are more commonly done compared to autologous transplants. Autologous transplant is where the cord blood collected from the baby and used to treat the disease in the same baby. Autologous transplant is less commonly used because the same stem cell showing similar genome cannot be used to treat the disorders in the same child. In the case of public cord blood banking, they do not charge for the storage of the cord blood. Any individual can use the cord blood from the public bank. There will be a direct donation of cord blood to any family member and can treat the disease using potential stem cells. Usually, the public cord blood banks will not accept the donations from the twin births. they find problems with the size threshold where the twin babies are generally found smaller than a single baby, and the amount of cord blood is also less from both the twin babies. Private cord blood banks are family banks. Their banks can store blood from a baby, and the cord blood can be used by the family members only. The autologous uses are done in these private cord blood banks. Unlike public banks, private banks will charge the fee yearly for the storage of cord blood. Only a few private cord blood banks will store the cord blood free of charge. The storage and processing in private banks are maintain the same standard as in public banks. If the family members are suffering from any disease, the stem cell can be used to treat the disease. The donation from the twin birth are preserved in public bank. They do not have any problems in accepting cord blood from twin births. Private banks will offer special discount for the charge from twin births. It takes very less time to collect the umbilical cord blood. It is collected carefully using some of the simple techniques. Before collecting the umbilical cord blood, the clamped umbilical cord is wiped with antiseptic to avoid any contaminations. There can be mainly three methods for collecting the cord blood. The cord blood can be collected using a blood bag connecting the umbilical cord through a tube. Blood can be drawn directly into the bag. This method is commonly used across the world, where the chances of getting contamination are less, and it is an easy step to conduct. Secondly, the cord blood can be drawn using a syringe from the umbilical cord. The bag with a bulb can also use, which can collect blood by suction. Active drawing of blood can collect more amount of the blood in less time. The cord blood banks will also collect the blood ex utero, outside the uterus. After the delivery, some trained technicians can take that placenta and put in an high shelf. By this way, the cord blood can be collected by the proper instruction. The kits provided by the cord blood banks are labeled with the proper instruction before collecting the blood from the umbilical cord. Sterilization is important before drawing the blood. Before conducting any method of collecting cord blood, the sterilization and use of sterilized instruments are necessary. Usually, the size of the cord blood collected in a family is 60 ml to 2 ounces. This volume of blood can contain a million cells, which are blood forming stem cells. The delayed cord clamping is done after 30 to 60 seconds of the birth of the baby. Usually, the clamping of the cord is done soon after the delivery, and the umbilical cord is cut later. In this method, the cord blood is collected after waiting 1 minute so that the blood can enter into the baby, and it allows the receiving of some important stem cells in the umbilical cord blood. This can help the newborn baby to remain in a healthy condition, and studies have shown that the delayed cord clamping helps to protect the baby from anemia. It also helps to protect the baby from bleeding in the brain. Some important blood cells or stem cells needed for the infant health care can be delivered into the baby by the delayed cord clamping system. Umbilical cord blood consists of hematopoietic stem cells capable of producing different types of blood cells. Stem cells are the undifferentiated cells can develop into the cells that show the functions in different organs or tissue of the body. The differentiated cells in the body can give rise to the cells which perform specific functions in particular organs. For example, the blood cells are the differentiated cells which are designed to perform the functions of oxygen transport through the blood. Since stem cells can differentiate into various types of cells, they can be used to treat different disease conditions including malignancies, hematological conditions and other metabolic disorders. Stem cells are also used to replace the damaged organs or tissues, to test the drugs and to study genetic defects in the cells. The cord blood stem cells harvested during delivery are mainly used to treat the children suffering from blood cancers or other genetic blood disorders. Stem cells can also be harvested from the amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid is present inside the amniotic membrane, which surrounds the growing baby and nourishes the baby growth. The stem cells present in the umbilical cord blood have many potential role in the medical field and the research. Umbilical cord blood usually differs from the peripheral blood in their basic properties. Stem cells in the blood or the hematopoietic stem cells can differentiate into different blood cells types. Usually it includes two cells, namely myeloid and lymphoid cell lineages. Hematopoietic stem cells can develop into these two cell lineages to give different blood cells. Lymphoid lineage cells, where the lymphoid progenitor cells will arise to the T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes and natural killer cells. The myeloid lineage will give rise to megakaryocytes, erythrocytes, other granulocytes and macrophages. The gradual decrease in the self-renewal property of the stem cell occurs by the formation of progenitor cells as they develop or differentiate to give different lineage cells. The cells with longer telomere help in long time hematopoiesis. The cord blood also contains some of the mesenchymal stem cells along with hematopoietic stem cells. Mesenchymal stem cells are the multipotent stem cells and are non-hematopoietic. These cells can differentiate into different cell types including osteoblast, chondroblast and adipocytes. They can also differentiate to give endothelial, epithelial and other neural cells. The mesenchymal stem cells can also be isolated from placenta, bone marrow and liver. Embryonic stem cells have the potential to develop into an unlimited amount of different cell types and they are immortal. The human embryonic stem cells can be derived from the innermost cells of the blastocyst. After the in vitro fertilization, the development of totipotent zygote cells takes place. After further development, the formation of blastocysts takes place. The inner cell mass from the embryo then isolated and cultured as the pluripotent stem cells. They can develop into different cell types ranging from muscle cells, nerve cells and the blood cells. Hence, after many days, the embryonic stem cells retain that ability of unlimited development. This capacity of high proliferation and development of embryonic stem cell has a vital role in basic research by giving unlimited specific type of cells for the study. For the transplantation therapy, these stem cells are used to treat the disease including Parkinson's disease and leukemia. The replacement of the cells by these transplantation therapies can help to give a long period of treatment. Since they can produce in high amount and can produce any cell types, they can act as the material for the testing of human drugs. The safety and the toxicity of human drugs can be studied before entering into the clinical trials. Umbilical cord blood is rich in hematopoietic stem cells and other cells with vital roles. The importance of the stem cells has shown in the field of disease treatment and other researches. The mesenchymal cells of the cord blood can suppress the graft versus host disease response. They can also show the specific surface antigens have the property of immunomodulatory effects. This immunomodulatory property of mesenchymal stem cells reveals a unique role in the case of autoimmune diseases. Different features of these cells can be used as an alternative source to the bone marrow cells. It is the method of restoring the cells or tissues having normal functions. Since the stem cells can differentiate into multiple cell types, they can be used to repair the damaged cells or tissues in the body. These cells can restore the normal function of the damaged cells or tissue. Regenerative medicine can be used in the research field for conditions like autism, cerebral palsy diseases. Usually, the treatments by regenerative medicine are done by genetic disorders. The child can use the cord blood from his or her siblings or other unrelated donors to treat genetic diseases. Transplant medicine can be used to treat diseases like genetic diseases, some blood disorders and some types of cancers. This therapy has been used for nearly 30 years and used to handle around 80 diseases. In the case of cord blood transplant method, the stem cells are released into the bloodstream of the individual. The released stem cells can reach the damaged area and repair the damaged cells or tissues. To conclude, embryonic stem cells and cord blood stem cells have their vital role in treating diseases. Every family or individuals are benefited by the cord blood banking to cure diseases with specific rules by the government as well as private sectors. Thank you.